write the full YouTube script. And because of AI, it's gotten even easier right now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go into these 3 ideas that I'm considering. And let's say I really like this idea, stop blaming your age, the hidden magnesium deficiency, stiffening your heart valves after 60, right? What I can do is I can click into here. I can see that there's the description over here, there's a strategy over here. Maybe there's like some title variations that I could do. I'm just gonna create title variations over here. How to reverse heart valve stiffness with this one simple mineral. None of these I like as much as the main title, so we're just gonna go with it. And then over here, you can see that we have this thumbnail generator over here, which we're gonna get back in a little bit. That's all built inside Subscriber. So let's say I really like this idea. I'm just gonna click this write script, and immediately it's gonna go through the script writing steps. And what's really cool about the Subscriber script writing is we have a script writing agent. So this script writing agent actually, runs the entire process of writing a script. Takes you through all of the different steps, including coming up with the research, right? Looking at whatever existing research that you have, asking you a bunch of questions so that you can answer some of these over here. You can see over here that it picks the template out of all of these different templates because this is an explainer where you're explaining a certain thing. Let's say we wanted it in English, and then I want the video to be around 10 minutes long. 10 minutes sounds about right. And then I can go over here, I can add whatever research that I want, or I can just start answering questions over here. So let's say, are you planning a science-based explainer with practical steps or an evidence-led tutorial with protocol? Let's say we're on a time crunch over here. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna click run agent over here, and then it's gonna use the script writing agent in order to write this script. So once again, it goes through all these steps, the research, the outline, the hook options, writing the script, optimizing retention, humanizing tone, cleaning repetition, running quality checks, and then finalizing it. So this is the full script writing process, which I think is pretty cool. So once we have all of these steps being done, I'm gonna be a little bit time efficient over here, and I'm just gonna go ahead and start creating the thumbnail. So we can see over here that timing wise, we are at about 23 minutes, and we are about to start the thumbnail. So back to this, we're gonna do the next step, which is creating the thumbnail over here. So to create the thumbnail, I just gotta click this button on the top right, and then it will bring me to this step. So there's really 2 ways for me to create a thumbnail over here. There is, cloning or remixing a thumbnail, or brainstorming ideas, okay? So when I click the button brainstorm, what it's gonna do is that it's gonna mimic the traditional thumbnail generating steps that we normally take whenever we are creating thumbnails. So it's gonna start generating a bunch of sketches that I can then choose from to create my final thumbnail. So we're gonna wait for this a little bit in order to create the sketch. And then of course we have to feed it the face so that we can kind of do a little bit of a face swap here. But we kind of know that roughly, we're gonna do, thumbnails kind of within this realm, right? Where there's like text, and then there's like something that he's holding over here. I want to take some of these that as inspiration here. Some of these that have done well. Maybe we can take Dr. Becker's most popular video, add this to your coffee, right? Repair DNA and starve cancer. Maybe this is something that I really like. So I'm just gonna take this, and then we're gonna see, what are the different ways that we can generate thumbnails here, and pick one that is best and something that we're really happy with. So we're at 25 minutes now, a little bit of a time crunch, but we will see what we can create out of this. Man, you can see over here, this one's actually like kind of the best, I think. The rest kind of misses the mark a little bit, but that's why we generate 4 ideas. And then you can see over here, it's a person on the right, some text over here, and then heart, and then an arrow over here. So I kind of like this concept. So what I'm gonna do, a person on the right reacts to an oversized glowing heart valve cross-section on the left with a surreal calcium crystal buildup visible inside the valve and thick yellow arrow pointing into the calcified zone. Kind of like that. So you can see here as a person. So what I can do is I can add a file of the face that I want to have inside of the thumbnail. So I'm just gonna add this as a creator's face, save it to the creator library, and then immediately it'll be able to do a face swap with the sketch. So let's just let this thing cook, generate one thumbnail, and yeah, we'll give it a little bit to see what it can come up with over here. Or you can kind of see over here that, you know, I think the face is a little bit too cartoonish. Here, internal shock valve, and you kind of have the arrow here. I actually do like this. So what I'm gonna do is I can actually improve this over here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give it feedback over here. So there's like AI thumbnail feedback that will help me, you know, improve this thumbnail over here. And let's see what it comes up with. Internal shock actually hurts the click-through rate. Replace it with calcified your valve. Points from the main to the heart, implying he caused the problem. I would say this is right. I think internal shock. I think this is fine. Looking at the title, this looks fine. Yeah, let's see what this comes up with though. I kind of like this. And then also change the man for a realistic picture of the doctor in the reference image. We're just gonna play with it, play with the swaps, give it another 60 seconds to see what this comes up with. Actually, this image does look a little bit better. I do like this. Yeah, I do like this. So what I'm gonna do, actually, is I think the face is a little bit too unrealistic. I'm just gonna use this, and then I'm gonna use the free tools that I have. So over here I have Google Flow still. I'm just gonna swap. I'm gonna upload an image over here. And then I'm also gonna upload here. I think this was the doctor that I went with. I want to have I don't want to have the cartoonish doctor. I want to replace it with the realistic face from the second image uploaded. Actually, this wouldn't be a bad thumbnail either. Like, we could probably test both, but I want to see what it would look like with this, like a realistic doctor. Because actually, this doesn't look bad either. I don't entirely hate it now that the more that I'm looking at it. But over here, I just want to kind of be true to like kind of this format over here, which all works. And in the meantime, while this is being generated, I'm gonna go ahead and look at the script that we have over here. Open the canvas, and you can see that this is still writing, no problem with that. And then these are gonna be generated in a little bit. I do like this kind of like quite a lot. This one's a lot better because you can kind of see the face, and then this does look like pretty weird. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna download this, and then I'm gonna consider this thumbnail to be done. It's upscaling the thumbnail, but you can see that the thumbnail is already done. So I'm just gonna do a tick on this, and then I'm gonna put this thumbnail over here just as proof that you can kind of see that this bad boy is done. There you go. So we have the thumbnail done. We're still waiting for the script to complete. This is taking a little bit longer than I would like, but we'll give it a couple of minutes. And just like that, we're still waiting for the script. But this script, we pretty much did not do any work. We just picked the video idea, and then it's going to do all of the research. So this is at 45%. It's going to take another 10 more minutes or so. And now we are at 33 minutes, right? So this is from the channel start. So what we're going to do next is, while this script is writing, I'm going to create the video generation. Okay, so I'm going to use my video pipeline that I have over here. It's videos at subscriber, and I'm going to start setting up my avatar just like that. So when I go onto channels of this page, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to start a new channel because this channel is complete from the beginning. So I'm going to create the channel handle over here. The channel handle over here is Dr. Elias Whitmore. And then I'm going to select the channel voice. So it's going to be a doctor's voice. I think it's going to be more so on the American side. So I want to, look for an American voice over here. So this is a youthful male voice, bold male voice maybe.
This is a preview of the Brandon voice.
This is like a new style, direct promotional, friendly American maybe.
Think of every challenge.
That's a little too bright.
This is a preview of the Cedric voice.
I think I kind of like that. So I'm just gonna run with that for now. And then in terms of the avatar that I'm gonna have, what I'm gonna do over here, I'm gonna upload this image over here, and then we're gonna run with that. And then I'm gonna go over here. I'm just gonna go ahead and select my slide theme. Here it's like maybe an academic explainer. It's not really a podcast studio, right? But maybe it's like a warm documentary lifestyle. I think this could make a ton of sense. And over here, I'm just gonna select the avatar over here, Dr. Elias Whitmore. I can add whatever brand colors that I have. Here, I don't have any specific brand colors yet. So we're just gonna go ahead and we're gonna optimize for a little bit of speed here to see how fast that we can create this. So Dr. Elias Whitmore. Okay, so this should be fine. And then what I can do over here is I can start uploading reference images. So when I upload reference images over here, this will be for like the different style of B-roll that I really like. So what you can do is you can start using Nano Banana in order to create the different types of reference images that you like, which is exactly what I'm gonna go ahead and do over here. So I'm gonna go and continue this chat over here. I need you to create B-roll prompts that I can feed into Nano Banana for this cardiologist channel. Give me 10 prompts. No text on screen or minimal text on screen as a negative prompt, because this is like B-roll that we're talking about. So I just want to have no text on screen. So this is gonna go ahead and create the B-roll prompts for me. And this agent is still writing over here. Okay, and bang, over here, just press a couple buttons and this full script is already created over here. Let's just look at the hook to see if this is good. You get winded carrying groceries from the car. You feel a weird flutter in your chest when you climb upstairs. Your doctor listens to your heart, nods, and says it's a murmur. It's thickening. It's just part of getting older. And you're supposed to accept that. The slow stiffening is written off as a natural date on a calendar. But what if that date was wrong? And what if that stiffness wasn't your heart aging, but your heart being silently fossilized by something missing from your dinner plate for the last 20 years? This is in theory, it's a precise biochemical mistake. I would just say by the end of this video, you'll know the exact mineral you've been losing to turn that flexible tissue into brittle stone, and you can do about it starting tonight. That looks pretty good to me, and this is like 1,700 words. So I'm just gonna go ahead and export this, copy it to clipboard over here, and then just call it done over here. Let's call this script writing done. I'm just gonna paste the script over here just so that we have it in one place, and you guys can kind of see what we are talking about over here. And let's just